Thanks for tapping in the New Era News. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and smash the like button. It helps the channel in many ways. Before you tap out, share the video. What's good, y'all? We got a real interesting twist in the Diddy saga today. I know y'all been following the story closely, and if you haven't, buckle up. DJ Vlad just dropped a claim that got folks scratching their heads, raising eyebrows, and whispering like a street gossip. He says Diddy might actually be getting out on bail, and that's wild considering the court already denied him 3 times.
Who, if you watch Vlad TV, you've seen this person on my show.
It could be anybody.
Had a contact with the feds, and someone at the feds told him that Diddy's getting bail.
Now, before we jump to conclusions, let's unpack what was said. Why is it gaining traction, and what this really means for Diddy's case? Because if this turns out to be true, it changes the whole game. Let's get into it. So let's start with the facts. Right now, Diddy's locked up at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. That's a federal facility, and it ain't no celebrity-friendly spot. No VIP treatment, no private chef, just cold steel, tight routines, and legal pressure coming from every direction. Diddy's been behind them walls since September of last year. And the charges, man, it's deep. The feds are hitting him with allegations of trafficking, racketeering, and conspiracy. The type of charges that can have somebody sitting down for decades if convicted. And on top of that, he's dealing with multiple civil lawsuits from different accusers. So even if he do catch a break in court, you think he gonna be out the woods? He still ain't gonna be out the woods. Now let's get into the part that really stirred up the internet. DJ Vlad, who's known for tapping into sources most of us don't even know exist, sat down with DJ Academics on Off the Record podcast and dropped a little bombshell. He said he got a tip from someone close to the federal system, somebody he trusts, and according to that tip, Diddy might be getting bail. Not in theory, soon. Here's what Vlad actually said.
All right, well, I'm not 100% sure of this, but someone I know who, if you watch Vlad TV, you've seen this person on my show.
It could be anybody.
Had a contact with the feds, and someone at the feds told him that Diddy's getting bail.
Really?
Yeah. Someone from the federal system told someone I know that Diddy's getting bail.
We're going to pause that right there because that's a serious statement. We're talking about a case where Diddy already been denied bail 3 times. And now suddenly a whisper from inside says he could be walking free. Not free. Y'all know what I mean on bond and all that. It sounds wild either way. But Vlad isn't new to this. He doesn't typically put info like that out there unless he feels comfortable in the source. Now let's look at the actual history of Diddy's bail situation. The last time he requested bail was November, and the judge, U.S. District Judge Arun Subramaniam, didn't just say no, he shut it all the way down with emphasis. Here's the actual quote from the ruling. The court finds that the government has shown clear and convincing evidence that no conditions or combination of conditions will reasonably assure the safety of the community. Let that sink in. That means the courts believe no matter what restrictions they place, ankle monitor, house arrest, surrendering passports, it still wouldn't be enough to keep the community safe from Diddy. So what changed? That's what everybody's trying to figure out. So here's the $1,000,000 question. Is DJ Vlad onto something, or is this just secondhand info that's getting twisted up? We know how the industry works. A little whisper in the right ear, some hearsay, and suddenly the blogs run with it like it's gospel. But Vlad was careful with his wording. He didn't say it was confirmed. He said he heard it from a reliable source, someone with ties to federal law enforcement. It's not hard to believe that people in those circles talk, especially in them big name cases. But unless we see a formal bail hearing scheduled or some kind of filing from Diddy's legal team, it's still just a rumor. You heard? Still just a rumor. Even still, though, rumors have power, especially when they come from people like Vlad, who's been around long enough to know how to vet a source. So let's play devil's advocate. Let's say this claim has some truth to it. What could have changed? There's a few possibilities. Maybe Diddy's lawyers are negotiating behind the scenes and found a loophole. Maybe one of the main witnesses in the case backed out or lost credibility. Or maybe the government just doesn't have the case locked down like they initially thought. And don't get it twisted, This is all speculation, but these kinds of shifts happen all the time in high-profile cases. A few chess moves, and suddenly the narrative flips. Even if he does get out, this man's not free, not even close. That ninja still got to climb that mountain. Besides the criminal case, Diddy's being hit with civil lawsuits left and right. The most recent one, a guy named Joseph Manzaro filed a lawsuit just last week. He accuses Diddy of assaulting him and humiliating him at a party back in 2015, a so-called freak-off in Miami. The case is graphic, unsettling, and adds even more heat to what's already in the firestorm. Diddy's team, they've been denying the allegations, of course. They calling it an attack of his legacy, a money grab, and an attempt to bring him down during a vulnerable time. But either way, these claims are now part of a larger public conversation. Let's not forget, Diddy's trial is right around the corner. Jury selection is supposed to start this month, and the full trial kicks off next month. That's a blink away in legal time. And once the courtroom opens, all these rumors, all this speculation, it gets put to the test. If he does get released on bail, he won't be free for long. He's still got to face trial. He still has to answer these charges under oath in front of a jury. One thing that stands out in all of this, the silence from the industry. But hold up. Terrence Howard just the other day on the PBD podcast said his assistant told him Diddy wanted to smash him. Terrence then understood that when he was trying to help Diddy with acting classes and Diddy listen to his music was just play. But the rest of the industry, they just on silence mode. A lot of Diddy's old associates, artists, and business partners, they've been real quiet. Some even started unfollowing him, removing mentions, or publicly distancing themselves from him. That says a lot. And the fans, man, social media's torn. Some folks are still yelling free Diddy, saying this is a takedown. Others are convinced he's guilty and overdue for consequences. The latest claim from Vlad just adds another layer to the drama, and nobody knows where it's really headed. So here's the deal. DJ Vlad says Diddy might be getting bail, based on info from someone with federal ties. It's not confirmed, it's not official, but it's definitely caught everyone's attention. If it turns out to be true, it's going to shift the entire energy around this case. But what do y'all think? Is Diddy about to catch a major break, or is this just more noise in a messy situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'm reading everything. And if you locked in with this content, do me a favor. Hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss a single update. We keep it real over here. This is New Era News, and I catch y'all on the next one. Stay safe, stay smart, and stay tuned.